Morning, beloveds. I am fresh from the park, but I was a good girl and did not run. I walked, which is highly frustrating for me, but my knee's a lot better, and I just want to keep it going in the right direction, so I behaved. And the Blue Jays put on an appearance, but they were not interested in the peanuts today, so I was just like, ugh, squirrels. I got a couple of good, I'm reasonably certain I got a couple of cute pictures. All right, so it is September 12th. It is Saturday, hence squirrels. And our title is The Flow of Pure Spirit Always Pervades My Consciousness and Environment. I think that's the longest title I've seen from him. And our Bible quote is, "Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us." Ephesians 2:20. Okay. I'd like some context for that one, but that's just me personally. Okay. Let's see what Ernest has to say today. Today I hold my thoughts steadfast in the realization that divine life is flowing through me. I believe in the fullness of the bounty of God. There can be no lack in spirit. Spirit now inspires me in everything I do, say, and think. Realizing that God is the animating essence of all life, that God withholds nothing from me, I prepare myself for a life of joy, love, and accomplishment, wealth, and well-being. I permit myself to believe in the divine freedom that is my birthright. I know that the law of God keeps me in perfect activity, surrounds me with love and friendship, and causes me to experience the joy of living. It causes me to impart to everyone I meet an atmosphere of confidence and faith that uplifts and enlightens. Today, I permit the flow of spirit to enter my consciousness, to radiate in my environment, to bless everything I touch, to make whole that which is weak, to turn fear into faith, and to accomplish the miracle of love. Okay, so let me remind you that this month is the month of expectancy. And it seems like today he's reminding us that we have the right and the ability and the right to set the tone of our expectancy. Okay, so the title is the flow of pure spirit always pervades my consciousness environment. So if we are going to sit in expectancy, are we sitting in joyful anticipation, or are we sitting in dread and fear? So today I hold my thoughts steadfast in the realization that divine life is flowing through me. Okay. Today I hold my thoughts steadfast. So where am I focusing my expectancy? What am I expecting? And with what am I expecting? So today I'm focused on the conscious realization that divine life flows through me. This is so, I guess think of it like using a trigger. Every time something that you see in your environment fairly frequently, something that you aren't necessarily conscious that you're looking at, frequently. Like if you wear a watch, or if you look at a clock on a wall, or something like that, or if your computer does something in a, semi-frequently, then when you see that, think, divine life is flowing through me. So I hold my thoughts steadfast. That's one way to get more to do it more frequently is give yourself a trigger. Give yourself a trigger. I believe in the fullness of the bounty of God. There can be no lack in spirit. This is what Ernest teaches. Everything that could possibly exist exists in spirit. Therefore, and spirit wants to give it to us because spirit trends towards life. There can be no lack in spirit because spirit is running the whole shebang of life. So spirit now inspires me in everything I do, say, and think. So sometimes we get to the kind of the end of our, I guess we get to the end of our rope and we're like, I'm out. I've got nothing left. Well, that's okay. Because then you turn to something that does. And how much better would it serve you to not rely solely on your own? To realize that the Spirit is back of you all of the time. So say to yourself, Spirit, you don't even have to say Spirit now. Just Spirit inspires me in everything I do, say, and think. So when you're out of ideas, remember you have a place to go. Realizing that God is the animating essence of all life. And that's probably like one of the most powerful statements that Ernest could say. God is the animating essence of all life. And that God withholds nothing from you. Nothing. God will give you everything that you are willing to accept. Because we've talked about the cup of acceptance. How big is your cup? I prepare myself for a life of love, joy, accomplishment, health, and well-being. So, if you are going to sit in expectancy, what are you expecting? Why not accept joy, love, accomplishment, health, and well-being? Why not prepare for those things? It's like, instead of thinking what else could go wrong, think what could go right. It's like we've been taught to think, we have to think of all the things that could go right. But we've never been encouraged to think, we've been taught to think about all the things that could go wrong and prepare for the worst. Why not think about all of the things that could go right and prepare for the best? We do want to take reasonable steps, and because I don't know. Now I'm thinking, prepare for it and it'll never happen. And it doesn't work. It works that way with negativity, but does it work that way with positivity? My friend, Reverend Kathy Mastriani, she works in the Science of Mind archive, put a question up on Facebook the other day. And she said, we have all these phrases. What would be a more positive way to say them? And now that I'm thinking about that, prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And okay, yeah, because there's that. So prepare for things to happen, but expect the best to happen. I'm gonna go with that. I think I've talked myself into it. Hopefully, I've talked you into it too. I permit myself to believe in the divine freedom that is my birthright. Just by virtue of you being born, because you are a child of God, divine freedom is your birthright. It is your gift. Are you willing to accept it and are you willing to live it? That's your own question. I know that the law of good keeps me in perfect activity, surrounds me with love and friendship, and causes me to experience the joy of love. Joy of living. Okay. So I know that the law of good keeps me in perfect activity. So if I am conscious of the law of good, then my activity will be, and he uses the word perfect, but he means whole, not flawless. Although there's no reason not to expect yourself, if you are living this life, to do it right more times than not. And the law trends towards life, so of course it will surround you with love and friendship if you're willing to accept it. it causes me to impart to everyone I meet an atmosphere of confidence and faith that uplifts and enlightens. So if you are living the law, if you are working the law, if you are conscious of the divine life flowing through you, then you are going to live a life in such a way that the people who come into your sphere of influence are going to be uplifted. They're going to meet you and go, hey, I want some of that. How do I get that? And you don't even have to be aware of it. You know, the little things that you do that are kind, the little things that you do that are compassionate, the little things that you do are loving, that you do automatically because you are a child of God. Those are your blessings to the world. That is how you uplift and enlighten the world around you. And you don't have to do anything other than be who you are. You just have to let the divine life flow through you. Today, I permit the flow of pure spirit to enter my consciousness, to radiate in my environment, to bless everything I touch, to make whole that which is weak, to turn fear into faith, and to accomplish the miracle of love. None of which you have to do, other than allow that spirit to flow through you. Allow yourself to be that loving child of God that you are, that spirit knows that you are, and to follow those activities naturally. And the more conscious you are of the spirit flowing through you, then the more you're going to do that. And it won't take any effort at all from you. So then the question okay, well then that's right there. He gives us the mission today. The mission today is to permit the flow of pure spirit to enter into our consciousness, to radiate in our environment, and to bless everything we touch. I mean, he pretty much gave us a really explicit mission today. Yep, he did. All right. So I'm going to encourage you, as I always do, to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself today and every day. Whatever it looks like to you. It actually is right now a really nice day. You might open your windows for a brief minute before it gets hot. There's a light breeze going, so the park was nice. Like, you've been suffering with the weather when 70 degrees with a light breeze is good. But make sure that you do something that engages your mind and your body today. Make sure that you open the windows of your soul and allow that breath of heaven to come in to remind you live in heaven now, to remind you that you are a beloved child of spirit in whom spirit is well pleased, always and forever. So do what you need to do to make it a good day. And know that Reverend David will be on with you at 5 p.m. today. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. and then we will have the 11 a.m. service for you right here on Facebook Live. We look forward to it. Jesse's always good. And he's been doing a lot of research because he's getting ready to teach a class for ministerial students. So I think that leaks over into what he talks about. He's doing life strategies this month, and it's good. So join us at 11 tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, beloveds.